Right, well, I hope exercise 1 went well yesterday. Let's look at applying these concepts of percentage increase and decrease into the business world. So hopefully many of you one day are going to be running your own businesses and you'll do these concepts and other subjects in school. But let's look at the mathematics behind these ideas of profit. Obviously, that's what we want to do. And loss, no, that's not what we want to do. And adding discounts to encourage people to sell our stuff. So any financial statement of a company provides a summary of the revenues. Revenues means the money that comes into the business. The costs, that's the costs that the business will incur, and the expenses, those are pretty much the same thing, during a specific period of time in order to reflect the company's profit. So obviously the profit is the revenues minus your costs and expenses. Okay, so we want to try and keep our expenses as low and our revenue as high as we can, and that's how we're going to make some profit. Okay, so if an item was purchased for 4 Rand, that's the cost price. Think about going to China Mall, getting something nice and cheap, and we're going to mark it up by 25%. So that's 25% of this 4 Rand. Then the marked price is 5 Rand. How did we get that? Well, remember yesterday we learned that 25% means 25 of 4 Rand. Okay, well, if we go and work this out here, we're going to get 1 Rand. But this 1 Rand is just the increase, right? So we would have to add 1 Rand onto 5 Rand. Right, what was the shortcut to do this? Well, the shortcut would have been to say, well, it's 125% of that 4 Rand. And if we go and work that out, we're going to see that 125% of 4 Rand is 5 Rand. Ah, there it is. That's because we had a 1 Rand increase and we had 4 Rand to start off with. So that means that now we're going to sell it and make 1 Rand profit. Oh no, now the shopkeeper is going to offer a discount of that. So from that sales price, it's going to offer a discount of 10%. The selling price is going to be 4.50 Rand. All right, can we use the shortcut here to find out this percentage decrease? He's discounting it by 10%, which means we're going to have 90% of that 5 Rand selling price. So if we go and see, well, what is 90% of my 5 Rand? 9/2, which is, with money, it's always 2 decimal places. That is 4.50 Rand. The profit after the discount would only be 50 cents because remember it originally cost 4 Rand. So he's halved his profit. All right, let's look here now at a TV. Is bought for 1,400 Rand. Oh, that's a very cheap TV nowadays. And sold for 1,950 Rand. Determine the percentage profit. Well, if we remember that formula said the new price minus the old price, but we divide it by the old price and then we multiply it by 100, that's going to give me my percentage increase, which in this case is a percentage profit. So my percentage increase is going to be, well, which of these two things here is the new price? Well, clearly we have to sell it. This is the new, and this was the old price. This is what I paid for it. And the difference there, well, that's going to be my profit that I made. So if I take 1,950 and we subtract 1,400 and we go and divide it by the old price, being very careful, 1,400, multiply it by 100 to make it into a percentage. Let's see what that gives us. So when we look at the decimals there, that looks like they had a markup, a percentage increase of 39.285%. Well, that's really close to 39%. So let's go with, there was a 39% increase, which was the percentage profit over that. Okay, so you can see there's not much more here. We're just calling these things by different names, and percentage profit is the percentage increase. And if we have some of these things here where it's a percentage loss, well, that's going to be a negative percentage like you saw yesterday. Okay, number 6 is particularly important. That takes you through this whole process of buying the things and adding on some markup to it and putting on a discount after that, and then we finally know what the profit on a bag of marbles is going to be.